What's up guys, it is Tex, and today I'm going to be showing you my drawing process as of 4/23/2014. So like most artists, I do a little bit of a pre-sketch, whether it be gesture poses or something that fits a sketch. I need to know what I'm about to draw, especially on a digital canvas, because it's not like traditional canvases where you can just go straight into it. So that was the first step, was sketching. The second step is going to be your line art. So you need something to put your colors in, and you can't put your colors in sketchy lines. It just doesn't look right, especially for a final product. Well, in my line art, I may have little tweaks and problems that I don't like. So for instance, in this case was the mouth. So as you saw, I had moved the mouth up just to reposition it, which is what I like about digital media, because you can't easily reposition something on a traditional canvas. It's kind of hard, especially if you're trying to erase a pencil. You can kind of see through. But yeah, the second step is all about getting the lines where you want them to be, adding the wrinkles in, adjusting, just little things, whether it be the body shape or what have you. The body shape behind it though actually helps out with clothing, for me anyways. It gives me a nice sense of where I want to place everything. Different line weights will affect the final product, so if you're going to have everything be one line weight, it may not send as an impactful message as something that has multiple different line weights, which, for instance, if something is close to your face, you would want it to have broader and thicker lines because it gives it more of emphasis. So down here we're getting to the shoes, we're getting to how a shoe bends, and we're getting a layout for the shoe. Now notice that I kind of cut into the foot there, and it's simply because I wanted to reposition it, and that's all that was. I normally have presets for the crosses, so I just use two different rectangles and then erase the center. And then for this piece I wanted to do something different with the hair and have it parted. All of my drawings are experimental, they're not all going to look the same style. So on to step 3 is going to have flat color. Now all of my different parts are separated into different layers. Layers you can look at as onion skins. So say for instance you have your sketch on the most inner onion skin, and then you have your line art, which is the onion skin in front of it. So it's like tracing paper, it's like onion skins, you just have layers and layers on top of each other. And so in this case I assigned the colors to their own layers, so all the parts that were blue were on their own layer. Now normally I don't do that. Normally I have shirt 1, uniform 1, uniform skirt, I separate it like that, but for this piece I found it easier to put all the specific colors on one layer. And as accurate as it looks, it takes a lot of time because you have to color in the lines. Unfortunately, the program that I use, it's fill, like the fill color where you could just drench the entire space. It's not as accurate as Photoshop is. Photoshop nails it with the line art. So in this case you have to be very precise, very careful. You have to change your brush size constantly, and yeah, so this is your first layer of coating for a color. Once you've done all of this, then you can get into step 4. So now we have step 4. I always start off with the eyes first, just to give the general tone and emotion of it, because I just like to start with the eyes. It's just the type of guy I am. So now we're gonna do soft shading. So I don't like to do cell shading on the skin, simply because I can't really explain why. I just like to do soft shading because it says soft skin tones. I do cell shading for the hair definitely because we have multiple different hair strands, and so that needs to be seen. So I'll do the light color, and then I'll put a darker layer on top, and then use the lasso tool to separate the two colors to make it look like cell shading. Now we have the soft shading for the clothing. Now I like soft shading for the clothing because when you soft shade, it looks like there's depth and there's multiple different values of the dark that you're using. When you're cell shading, you only have a flat color and a flat base and a shadow, which is not too appealing. It's generally only good for when you're doing animations because it's easy to do. But when you're doing a still frame like this and you really want the piece to pop, cell shading is, not recommended, although it is used. I always generally do a shadow first, I darken, and then I light. Normally with a rim shot or lighting, just whatever I seem to like. So in this case I did a lot of rim shots and ambient lighting. And that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.